as a consumers, all of us, but not just assuming that all of us living in the metros are the only consumers, but consumers across India, in all pockets of our country, are discovering things on Instagram. They are exploring more about those products on Google, and they're reviewing on Amazon to compare the products which they should buy and experiencing those products in the store. So there was one of the famous articles that was there on Forbes which said, you can't digitize my sweater yet. Right? So people are still, and they're continue going to be touch and feel about the product before purchasing it. So they are exploring and experiencing the products in the store. But the interesting thing that we as an industry have seen and evolved over the period of time is that we have observed that consumers are purchasing at the most convenient point of sales. If your Amazon app is in your mobile phone, your payment gateways, your credit card, everything is there. You may be a consumer of the brand directly, but if it's available on Amazon, you're a Prime customer, you would want to buy it on Amazon. If somebody is giving you the same product within 2 hours on a Q-commerce, you would much rather love to buy it on Q-commerce and get it delivered in 2 hours. So that's how the consumer has evolved. And because of the consumer evolution, the whole retail fraternity has evolved as well. And I think we as an industry have also grown beyond the debate of offline only and COVID, online has a seat on the table, and then saying, oh, this is a marketplace customer. And now we have really become, as retail and as a consumers, that omni-channel is the way forward to go. It's not about which industry you are from. You can have strengths in those areas, but you need to be omni-channel to cater to the consumer expectations going forward, right? So that's a bit about us, or what we do. We are a company that's available in GCC and India. We help brands grow in the digital spectrum. Now, what are the interesting facts that we are seeing in the market which is shaping how retailers are behaving? When a consumer walks into the mall or goes on a marketplace or goes to the brand.com, they've already made their decision while exploring the products on digital. Every one of us would resonate with this, that whenever we go to any place, we search. There is an interesting fact where consumers have been found using mobile phones within the stores. 70% of consumers researching, is this product available online at a cheaper price? Do we have more variations online than they have in the store? Do they have different price points? Within the store, I'm saying when they have already walked into your mall, right? So that's where you need to have your digital presence, and they've already made their mind offline, where 80% researches are happening on the search engines, evaluating where should I buy. So that's where malls are thinking about going digital, and there are a lot of other interesting facts. We'd love to share this presentation with you after my session is over. We can take it from the team. And if you see the omni-channel retail journey, how the consumers are buying, there are a few steps that a user takes in its journey. I'll look at the middle step first, where the transactions are happening. Maybe the transaction happening on the digital store, on a website, app, or a social commerce place, or at the brick and mortar stores in the EBOs, MBOs, or NLFRs, or at the marketplaces. But the discovery is happening across all the channels. The customer is locating your product across all the channels. And then delivery is happening across all the channels, and post-purchase and loyalty is happening across the omni-channels, be it online, offline, or hybrid models. But what are the challenges? We'll talk about challenges today. What we have observed while enabling these journeys within the Indian e-commerce ecosystem is we need to be aware of the challenges and know how to solve them before we step into it, is the fragmented tech ecosystem. There are a lot of tech products that the retail industry is using today. Some are some are complementary, but they're not integrated, where you can get the offline and online data of the consumer, and you can send them a personalized communication on their preferred platform, and whether it's a value-driven customer or a price-sensitive customer or a food customer, or he's, let's say, a formal wear customer or a shoe wear regular customer. So integrating all those tech elements online and offline and then serving the customer is a big challenge that the industry is facing, which we are trying to solve. The low digital media exposure of the malls online, and ad hoc decision making, because you don't have that intuitive dashboards of making the decisions, and disintegrated O2O channels. So whatever you're saying offline, it's not connected with the online, and online is not connected with the offline. So you don't know where your media spend is going and what is the ROI of the entire media spend that you're doing across the channels. So that's something we are trying to solve. And so this is the digital transformation framework, which is GreenHonchos IP that we have launched, which talks about how you can use technology layered with digital and layered with commerce to make the entire business sense out of this framework, where we're not talking only about having the websites and the apps and all the glam of hyperlocal e-commerce, but we're also saying how you can use digital media influence to be on the top of the mind for the consumer, so that within the 10, 15 kilometer of the vicinity of the mall is obsessed about having the business of those consumers and the population which is in their vicinity, right? Whatever they are doing in the life, the mall has to be part of it. They want to have food, they want to hang out, they want to meet someone, they want to shop, they want to celebrate their salary day, remuneration. They have to be thinking about doing all of that in the mall. So you have to be digitally omnipresent in all of those communications. Now, how to drive commerce, right? It's not just technology and digitally being present. It's about the dhanda also, the ROI. The ROI is something, where you drive online to offline footfall. Now, we as a company have been closely working with Google on the omni-channel ads. You must have observed, if you have not, just go on Google and type any product. You would see the Google shopping ads have one more row added to it, where they tell you how can you get the same product in your nearest store. So Google has started this omni-channel ad. All the ad tech industry is going to do this, because they have observed that when they do it, when the consumer experiences the product offline, the sales are better. Google did a study where they say if you're digitally present, your offline store sales go up by 5%, right? In offline, that's a big number. All the offline retailers would understand this. Now, the geofencing, geo-targeting, the event promotion, social commerce, retention, and loyalty. So now, if a consumer steps into your vicinity of, let's say, 1 kilometer, you will not do any digital spray and pray marketing like the OOH and the prints and the TVs of the world. You will have geofencing where you will say, okay, if the consumer steps into 3 kilometers of my mall vicinity, my ad should only start reflecting to those consumers when they are there. I'll not just do spray and pray marketing in all the 15 kilometers and not care about whether people are seeing it or not, right? So that's something where we call geofencing. We put a fence of 3 kilometers digitally and show those ads to the people. Now, geo-targeting is something you can target specific niche audience. You must have observed it. When you walk into a mall, you start receiving the SMSs, the WhatsApp messages and all that. I was in conversation with one of the industry retailers. He said that I was speaking with my wife about, going on a trip to Vietnam. He said the moment I dropped my call, I started seeing make my trip ads about Vietnam honeymoon package and all of that, right? I don't know how far the technology has gone into it, how ethical is it, but this is how deeper you are present with the consumers when they are making the purchase decision, right? And that's how digital is only able to enable you that. We'll talk more about it offline, but this is how the future of retail is looking like. People are wanting speed. They want a speedy delivery, and now they are wanting the great experience across the channels. They want to have a choice cohort where they can decide what kind of products, the depth and the horizontal and vertical inventory level you have, and the convenience. They want to buy on any point of sale you have available. Now, what are the emerging trends that we are seeing consumers and how they are behaving is that they're researching online and then coming to the stores and buying, which is a robust model. They're also buying online and picking up it in the stores. They're also buying online and returning in the stores. Now, there is a concept that's there in the evolved markets in the US and Europe where we are seeing that, all the stores, they're converting the stores into the experience zones. Now, the stores are not looking cluttered with too much inventory. They're keeping their hero products there. They're making it more experiential. Apple has led us that way. LV has led us that way. Nike has led us that way, where they want consumer to come, experience the product, experience the brand, experience the messaging and their personality of the brand. Then they can come and go offline and buy it. Right? So that is the model that we are seeing, that people are coming into the stores, experiencing and wanting to get it delivered at home, right? Now, these are some of the largest retail malls that we are working with, have been working with last 1 year, in Orbit malls and Forum malls. In Orbit, we have been working on the hyperlocal e-commerce front. With Forum, we have been working on the digital transformation front. We'll talk more about those. We have next session with Rajneesh and Naveen. Well, they talk more about it. Some of the felicitations we have received in the industry since last 12 years, and some of the brands that we are responsible for in their digital transformation journey online. So that's majorly about us. So